Hello again, and welcome to the third instalment of this journey across the Premier League series, in which we drop the fascinating history behind all the grounds in the Premier League. So don't forget to absolutely Torres that subscribe button.
The most dramatic story of the season. It's Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Champions League final. The headline has been written.
Unbelievable!
To join the journey, it's all very much appreciated, and stick around as we talk about the exciting story behind the Sussex Senior Challenge Cup's second most successful team, with non-league Worthing taking top spot, although we're not sure how that worked out, Brighton and Hove Albion and their ground, the Amex Stadium, or if you want to be PC about it, the Falmer Stadium. So it's time to take a trip down memory lane back to the early 20th century, and in Brighton, the football club opened its first home off the Goldstone ground in 1901. This would be where the team would happily reside for over 90 years, but in 1997 things started to go pear-shaped. This was a period in Brighton's history when the club were not flying high in the big leagues as they are now. The club were roller coasting it in the bottom tiers of the Football League. With the club's debts rising at a higher rate than the team's league position, it meant that owners would sell the stadium off in an attempt to avoid bankruptcy, with the site at the stadium now being a retail park. However, there were a few slight problems with all this. First, the fans had not been consulted in the sale, so were all rather pissed off by it.
I'm furious, to be honest with you.
And second, which is a rather important one, the club had no alternative stadium sorted before actually selling the ground in the first place. As you can imagine, there was a lot of panic knocking about in the time after the ground was sold, but an alternative ground would get sorted. The only slight issue was it would be in the lovely town of Gillingham, a cool 70 miles away from Brighton. Despite the issues of distance, Brighton would ground share with Julian FC for 2 seasons until 1999. The team would eventually find a ground closer to home at the Withdean Stadium, but there was another problem. With it being an arena built for athletics, it would have that dreaded thing that all West Ham fans despise. You guessed it, an athletics track, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. The ground was so ideal that it actually made the Observer newspaper's top 10 list of worst football grounds in 2004, ranking 4th, with ironically Gillingham Stadium taking top spot. However, Brighton's time at the Withdean Stadium was only to be a temporary fix until the club could find a more permanent home, but it would take over 10 years for it to happen.
How much longer does that you fucking bloke want to take?
Whilst Brighton were enjoying life at the Withdean Stadium, progress was being made in the background to find Brighton a permanent home. A site in Falmer, just outside Brighton, was identified to build the stadium on, and planning permission for the stadium was given by Brighton Council in June 2002, with the team expected to move in by the 2005-2006 season. However, like all good infrastructure projects in the UK, things wouldn't go according to plan, and a spanner in the works would come in the form of an objection by Lewes Council. Despite pretty much the whole stadium development lying within the boundaries of Brighton Council, apart from a little section of the site used for parking, which was located in Lewes Council.
Oh, really?
Alongside a few other issues, an appearance from 2 Jabs John Prescott, it would take over 5 years for planning on the stadium to eventually be approved in July of 2007. With all that drama from the planning stage, several design considerations would have to be taken into account in the design of the stadium. Firstly, the site of the stadium was situated on a large chalk hill, so to ensure the land could be flat for the stadium to be built on, approximately 138,000 cubic metres of chalk, or approximately 55 swimming pools of the stuff, would need to be removed to allow construction on the stadium to happen. Then there was the issue of the site of the stadium being located within the South Downs National Park, meaning that the stadium would have to be designed to be sympathetic to the surrounding landscape. One of the design aspects to achieve this was to have a curved roof which supposedly reflects the local landfall of the South Downs. To achieve this challenge of an exceptionally low profile roof, a flat arched roof was used, but some world-class engineering would be required to hold it up. To support the roofs of the east and west stands, 2 Toblerone trusses 170 metres long would be implemented, each weighing over 350 tonnes, with the roofs for the north and south stands having a more conventional cantilever roofs. With all the design out of the way, construction on the stadium started in December of 2008, with the stadium being completed in May 2011. The stadium would open on the 30th of July 2011 with a friendly match against Tottenham, who were the former team of everyone's favourite Uruguayan manager, or at least the only one we could probably name, and Brighton manager at the time, Gus Poyet. The first competitive game to be played at the stadium was a championship match against Doncaster Rovers, with Brighton winning 2-1. The name of the stadium would be sponsored by Brighton's largest private employer. That's right, it would be called the Hipster Coffee Shops Arena. Oh wait, it says here that it would take the less hipster, more corporate name of the American Express Community Stadium, or Amex Arena for short. Since its completion, Brighton have done surprisingly well football-wise, establishing themselves in the Premier League for the past 4 seasons, and have expanded their stadium from an initial capacity of 22,500 up to a capacity of 30,750. But the highlight of the stadium has to be the hosting of the 2014 Sussex Senior Challenge Cup final, which was won by none other than Peacehaven and Telescombe FC, which is a great name for a football club, and would be amazing to see them knock out Liverpool in the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
Oh, and Gerrard slipped, and Denver Barr's in here. Out comes Mignolet, but Barr punishes.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and join us as we carry on our journey across the Premier League. Next up, it's everyone's happy place to turn to during times of extreme hardship. That's right, next time we're talking about the history of the 2004 Premier League season stadium. Oi, script man, I thought we were ending the Arsenal gags. Apologies, I've been told this is the last one. That's right, next time it's Burnley and their ground of Turf Moor. This has been a civil conversation, and I will see you in the next video.